Some people don't deserve to be on the internet. For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Jackward. I'm a small bedrock content creator who recently made a video on this individual. During the video, I gave an update on the situation as some of the things I found him doing were completely unacceptable and unjustifiable. Originally, I didn't even know what this video was going to be, as the original plan was to break into Bedrock servers to see if my theory about my other video was true. However, after a bunch of incidents and truly disturbing information came to light, I felt it was necessary to talk about these topics. So I felt rather than making two separate videos, I decided to make one long video so you guys can fully understand the context. With that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed the video. So before I even explain how it got to this point, I'm gonna start from the beginning. As I was thinking of an idea for the next video, I thought, what if I made a video to see if I can make SMP content as a new person to the SMP community? Easy, right? Well, no, as almost every single Bedrock SMP wouldn't accept me. Well, primarily because the majority of them required you to have actual experiences in known SMPs, which at the time I didn't really know. So at that point I gave up. I literally tried to search for an SMP for days on end, and none of them would accept me. Just as I was about to give up, I got recommended a video by Neo. Curiously, I clicked on it to review an SMP application video. Literally, his SMP application video didn't even require much background checks or experiences, while considering he was accepting people for not even making apps. So at that point, I had two decisions. One, to give up on that video and try something new, or two, try to join the Neo SMP. So of course I wanted the second option, but there's one issue. He is never gonna let me on the server. And honestly, it makes sense why he wouldn't let me in. Previously, I helped my friend make a video on Neo, and well, let's just say he didn't like that video. To a point where he literally went on a mental breakdown for 2 weeks, where he blamed us, lashed out on the server members, and also made a shitty apology video. I also made a video about the situation after AL6's video, where I brought more information to light, and well, he also didn't like that, and of course in Neo's fashion blocks me, hides me from his channel, and makes another terrible apology video. So after all that history with Neo, you would think that he would be smart enough to not let me in the server, right? I mean, there's no way he's that dumb.
Yeah, somebody's lying, I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised, let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points with being in your chest, harassing ant. Fucking with good people, make good people go to bed. Conspiracies about cash, dog, that's not even the leak. Find the Jews like cash, dog, I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies, you must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't Tussie slide about it, this one is just go resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now live in
So yeah, I made an alt account, fake YouTube account, and fake Discord account just so I can get into the server. I knew Neo would have declined me if I tried to plan as Jackward, so that's why I made the Xavier account. Little did he know it would be me all along. So you might be wondering, wouldn't he recognize your voice? I mean, you've known this guy for 7 years, so wouldn't he have recognized you? And yeah, that's true. So in order to avoid that situation, I told him that I had broken my microphone to avoid anybody recognizing me, as I wanted to get the full SMP experience as an unknown person. Also, I thought it would be a lot better for the video considering how Neo uses favoritism with his inner friend group, so I've always wondered what it's like not being in that group. However, despite me having a game plan of how I wanted to break in the server, there's one issue. I need to make an app. So yeah, me, a person who's never made an app with no editing skills, now has to learn how to make one. Well, to be fair, I made a video talking about SMP applications being bland and unoriginal, so it shouldn't be too hard, right? Yeah, this shit's hard. So I'm again left with two options. One, try to learn how to make SMP applications, learn how to add crazy transitions and make it sound generic and lose my sanity in the process, or two, yo, Seek, you down to make an SMP app?
Bro, it's 3 a.m.
So yeah, of course I got Seek on board. I mean, why wouldn't he want to make an application for the Chalvez SMP? Well, to be fair, I also made the bonus clip, but that's besides the point. So after Seek sent me the video clip, I immediately applied, and surprisingly, he accepted me with no questions asked. So of course I was excited, as I can actually make a video about SMPs. And then when I got to the private server, it was dead. Yup, I couldn't even make it up if I wanted to. Literally, the first 3 weeks of the server was dead despite him putting in an SMP application like 5 days ago. And the worst part about it, I couldn't even join the server. See, during one of his live streams, I asked is the server crossplay and he said yes. Thank God he said yes, because making our Java account would have actually cost me money. So I thought, shouldn't the server's crossplay be up? But little did I know, it had been 3 months since he's updated it. So of course I messaged him to get it back up, as it's free to make it crossplay through Geyser. No response. I asked him again, no response. I asked him the third time and he finally responded saying that he would get right on it. So with him responding, shouldn't the server be up? No. So I asked him again, said he would do it later. I asked him one more time 1 week later, and he said he got it up and running and it still didn't work. So at that point I stopped asking him, as despite asking him several times about his server, he never got it up and running. Also, the fact that you're barely responsive to your own server despite you being the owner makes me wonder why run a server in the first place if you or your staff don't even want to interact with the new members. And honestly, that was pretty much a whole SMP in a nutshell. Was that I tried to join the S server, it was dead, and the owner and staff barely engaged with the members or even got on. One thing I want to mention is a member named Pilot. He joined around when I joined, and to be fair, I don't want to talk about him too much because he's 13. However, I just briefly want to mention how this kid Neo's server was racist, transphobic, sexist, and also like 5-year-olds. And Neo was gonna ban him, but give him a warning until Seek stepped up and told Neo to get him out the server.
I think
Is Dark Knight okay?
Wait, Legendary. Can you agree that he said that Pilot says something how he was like something weird? I forgot what he said. He says something like little girls or something.
Oh yeah, he said he liked little girls. I mean,
he just said that randomly.
I'm gonna get him up out of here, bro.
But the fact that you weren't gonna ban him, but then proceed to keep talking about Teacher 50, who's a person we met on Xbox, is just sad. The fact that you still hold a grudge against him for the racist remarks he made when he was 13 is beyond me, especially since you're pushing 20. And the fact that you were about to make a video dedicated on him is wild, considering how you barely talk to him, but still hate him for his past actions. By that logic, I should still hate you for your past actions, but I moved on, as hating you requires me to put more effort on my part. Also, one more thing, it's an Xbox person. What do you expect? The majority of them are incredibly racist, but I guess we don't care when another 13-year-old is doing the same, but possibly even worse things. Is just crazy. Just like you said it, why should we target me for something when other people have done much worse? And the funny part about it, he has moved on, why can't you? So after being on the server for around a month, I give us all 1 out of 5 stars, would not recommend. If you're actually trying to make SMP content, do not apply to Showbiz SMP, as they're barely active, they won't make content with you, and they barely even fix the server's issues. But besides that, nothing much has happened. I was ready to scrap this video. That was until I got into my first call.
I have removed Seek, Jetcord, Mini Tower, Teacher, like everybody from old Neo SMP on Discord and on like everything. I'm morally disappointed in the fact that someone like Jetcord would basically go out of their way to do something like that. Because I used suicide as a way to get what I wanted, and just did not. But I did. Keep in mind, there are 2 interviews, alright? There are 2 interviews that I did with Jetcord and Seek, right? The first one, yeah, I lied to them, straight up. And I will admit to that, fully. I lied to their face. You wanna know why? Because I don't fucking have to answer to them. I don't give a shit, okay? I want this shit to end. You don't understand. With this shit ending, no...
Break it down, let me know what it's in for. Making trips back to back, they keep my spirits up. Niggas saying took your chain cause they be hitting up. You can't trust a soul because your friends be switching up. Hey, operate my digits so my mom can spend up in the truck.
So I showed you guys what it's like being on the server, but I haven't shown you guys how Neo and his admins act behind the scenes. So as I've explained in my previous video, there was a list of things Neo has done previously that isn't acceptable. So what better to do but to make a checklist to see if he's actually changed. Like I said during one of my first calls with Neo and some of his server admins, I found them still talking about me, Seek, and Voider behind our backs despite Neo saying how he wanted to end the beef. But to proceed to tell lies about us to his new server members, saying how we're hypocrites for hanging around people who are actively racist and homophobic.
But how are you gonna be that much of a hypocrite to also be friends with people who have actively like been transphobic and homophobic towards Flowly and like multiple other members from Neo SMP?
On top of that, for Neo not wanting past information to be brought up about himself, he sure loves talking about what other people have done in the past.
Bro actually actively went out of his way to turn my SMP's Discord PFP to a fucking anti-LGBTQ flag.
That was 5 years ago. No way, right?
Immediately.
Just the name Voider
And
the crazy part about this is not the first time I had to address this. In the past video, I showed a segment where me and Seek joined the server that Neo was in. During the server, Neo brought up how Voider was homophobic, transphobic for him changing the server's PFP to an anti-LGBTQ flag 5 years ago. He was a literal minor then. And in the call I showed earlier, he's still holding a grudge against him despite the majority of Voider's friends being a part of the LGBTQ community. To be fair, this is Bangy Neo. What do you expect? He always brings up stuff others have done as a way to deflect any bad attention onto himself. as I know he's scared of people found out what he's done in the past. So in order to cope with any past allegations, he wants to make others seem worse than himself. Another thing I want to bring up is Neo is extremely bipolar, as previously he acknowledged how Seek's video wasn't to deplatform him, but then 2 weeks later said the purpose was to deplatform him. Now he's saying the opposite.
I'm still gonna be set on this mindset. I'm gonna act cordial and and extend an olive branch to him and Jetcord. All right, I've changed enough to do that and know that the videos weren't meant to deplatform me. They were meant to tell me that I need to get my fucking act together when it comes to being online.
Neo loves blaming issues onto others but never likes taking accountability. One thing I noticed on the server was that when I asked a server member about the exposed video, they would push it off like the video didn't contain any valuable information. The fact that you're talking heavily about several of the people that you used to associate with, but you want to gatekeep anything bad about yourself makes me wonder, are you ashamed of yourself or are you ashamed of being caught? Because from my perspective, I don't think you care enough to change, as you're surrounded by people who will constantly support you regardless. Literally in your live chats where you vent about your issues, they tend to be the first people to reassure you that you don't need to change. And that's the problem, because how can you expect us to believe you want to change when you want us to block you, and the fact that you're more worried about your reputation than yourself? I feel like you're just putting an act on whenever me and Seek try to talk to you, as you're afraid of another video being dropped on you. You treat us way differently than when you're talking with your server members. Is it because you dislike us, or is it because you know your channel is dying and you know another video would ruin your YouTube career? And the fact that I even had to make an alt account as you grew suspicious of what was going on in the actual server is sad. Literally following my video, you went to a whole crash out session where you kept talking about my videos, whether it was Discord calls, live streams, and even Twitter. The saddest part about getting updates on you was the fact that I had to record and gather information on any current stuff you were up to. I snuck onto your server. I pretended to be Xavier. I recorded every single call. I got several pieces of information on you which you probably don't even know about. I even managed to convince Sue Meister to get information on you through the interview, as I was the one who set it up, but of course in your fashion you called it off. And you would think that's just it, but this video isn't just about you, Neo. It's about your staff too. You think I just got information on you? I got information on your friends as well. First, let's start off with Dark Knight. First off, I don't even know why you're an admin when you proceed to block me after I asked you why I got kicked from the server. Aren't server admins supposed to help out members? But hey, maybe that's just me, I guess. The second thing I want to bring up about you is the Vix and Voider situation. Originally, I was going to bring it up, but now it seems important to talk about it. Around 2 weeks ago, me and Seek were reviewing footage I got on Neo, and while we were reacting to it, we showed Voider what we found. And the funny thing about it, Voider was the person that told us not to make another video on you, Neo. He tried to help you out, but you kept pushing him away. So of course he got mad and he showed Dark Knight how during his relationship, Vix was sending revealing images to Voider in a flirty manner. I can't show you guys any of the images or conversations out of respect for Vix's privacy. However, following this, Dark Knight immediately told Vix, which she said we were just lying and trying to ruin her reputation. Neo called us 20 minutes later demanding an explanation, as he thought me and Seek said she was for the streets. But during the call, Seek was just trying to comfort Dark Knight.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I know we have our differences, though, but I'm so fucking sorry, bro.
And also, me and Seek said barely anything, but I guess we're just liars, well at least according to Vix. Now let's talk about Vix. Vix is also a friend of Neo who likes to manipulate situations to get what she wants, or in other words, for her own beneficial gain. See, like I mentioned, she told Dark Knight and Neo we told lies about the situation. According to her, she acted in a flirtatious way in order to preserve her friendship with Voider, as she felt like they would stop being friends with each other if she stopped acting in such a way with him. Okay, so what the actual fuck does that have to do with Seek? So after the situation, what do you think happened? A, she told Seek that he's making people uncomfortable. B, he got banned and they wouldn't specify why. Or C, convinced Neo to remove Seek from the public server after making a joke about her. Of course it was D, all of the above.
Seek is the sort of motherfucker that, email or not, if I see that guy walking down the road, I will start barking at him.
So for Seek quote unquote making people feel uncomfortable, wouldn't they have a valid reason why? Still no. Seek wasn't even doing anything bad on the server, he literally was just sending memes and making jokes. So when he got banned, she put him in a group chat saying that he's making people uncomfortable but won't give him a direct answer, as they said they wouldn't want to explain it as the people wish for the reasons to be kept in private. Okay, so who the fuck are the people? Seek barely interacted with any of the members, so the fact that some members find him uncomfortable without even interacting with him is crazy. From how I'm looking at it, it seems like everybody in the server has a sheep, as they always flock to whatever their friends are saying without looking at both sides. She mentioned a few names like Dark Knight, Proto, and Winterfire, which are part of the main clique, so it makes sense why they would side with you. But how can Proto and Winter even dislike Seek if they have barely got on or even communicated on the private server? Also, regarding to Seek getting banned in the private, he was also banned in the public but was given no reason why he was removed. Most likely he was removed for making a joke about Vix's PayPal, as I also made a similar joke about Vix and I got unfriended by her. And while we're on the topic of jokes, 1 month ago Neo made a stage call to talk about some of the server's issues, and during the call, me, Seek, and Pilot started making a bunch of jokes about the server members. We started making jokes about Dark Knight's hygiene, and while he got so depressed from those harmless jokes where he dragged Seek into VC and told him to stop making his jokes, According to Seek, Neo's tone during the whole call made it seem like he was gonna ban him if he continued doing it, so of course he had to stop there. One thing I don't get is why you're on the internet in the first place if you can't handle one little joke, let alone be a staff member. The last person I want to mention is Alfie. During the investigation, I found the thing I accused him of doing was true. See, a while back I accused Alfie of cheating on the server with him having admin/operator at the time. I told Neo this, but he didn't seem to care at the time, even though he had a stack of netherite blocks in the first week of the realm opening, and he said he wouldn't show proof. I was on a call with another person that used to be a part of the Neo SMP, and well, it turns out he still cheats, and also still uses invis skins. Who would have thought?
Yeah, Elfie apparently had like a invisible skin to where he could just change into it. It was like permanent invis all the time. It hid his armor and everything.
While we're on the topic of cheating, guess who's still making the server unfair? So like I mentioned, Neo had a one-shot weapon and Dark Knight had a sharp 19 weapon, so you would think that would just be it, right? But it turns out Neo also has unlimited cannon lives as well. How is this fair?
So yes, me being immortal, yeah, that's kind of cheese, but like, I feel pain. My character feels pain, battle scars, everything.
Another funny thing I want to bring up was during the stage, Neo said he doesn't condone a lot of things. Racism, okay. Sexism, okay. Diddy jokes, what?
That's just not happening, bro. Also, I do not promote P. Diddy jokes at all in this fucking server at all, bro. I do not fuck with P. Diddy. I do not condone what the fuck he did either.
That's so fucking stupid. I think it's funny how he said that after Seek made a joke about Diddy, even though another person made a joke a minute ago and he didn't even care. Also, the fact that Vix makes Diddy jokes, but hey, it's your sister or daughter or whatever stupid dynamic you guys have. So yeah, that's a showbiz SMP for you guys. Honestly, most of this information won't matter considering how Neo's too busy on other servers to give a shit about his own. So what I got from the server is that Neo's a liar and still does stuff I said in my previous video, except for the suicide remarks. Hey, that's one golden star sticker for you, buddy. Dark Knight is getting actively cheated on and sucks as an admin, Vix is a manipulator who lies for her benefits, and Alfie is never active but still cheats on the server. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because I have more evidence of Neo and his Discord kittens, I mean friends. But I think it's time to get into the nitty gritty, the adder case.
Destroy myself, cause I like toying with you. Let's make out in front of them. Get drunk when I'm toying with you. Let my whisper torture you. If you don't want it to.
So listen, I know this is like the third time I had to say let's start from the beginning, but listen, if I didn't say start from the beginning, then like context wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, back to the story. So during one of Neo's live streams, he was playing old Neo SMP. Now this was during when I was in Showbiz SMP on my Sever account. So on my Jeckward YouTube account, I messaged Neo jokingly to let me in. At the time, I didn't really think he would actually let me in, so I was just about to leave the live chat. And I mean, playing seconds after, Aiden convinced Neo to get me in. Oh my god, thank you, Aiden. So of course, I did what any self-respecting person would do, and spawn a bunch of withers. Well, kind of. You see, I knew it would be boring to mess with Neo by myself, so I thought, who else would like to make Neo completely insane and get banned right after?
Go for it. Fuck all that talking. Nah. Go? Yeah, go.
No, he's running.
Fine.
No.
So yeah, I gave Insidious all my old stuff and he just started killing a bunch of people at spawn. And we also placed a bunch of TNT and placed maybe a little bit of withers. And of course, Neo proceeds to ban us.
Oh, I want Neo.
Alright, well, this
to
wouldn't
come
be
back
Neo
after I
SMP. Well,
clean
to
up
be
all
fair,
the
this wouldn't be
torches.
Neo SMP without one key factor. You know what that key factor is, Jeckward?
A dick. Oh my god. No.
You know what that key factor is, Jeckward?
No.
Okay, to be fair, in our defense, we thought he opened the ROM for a one-time thing. It turns out he actually wanted to keep it up and running. So after this, he invites my Xavier account, which I thought, oh, is he actually going to get people in himself to join to make it active?
So, all the Bedrock players on my main Java server are gonna have no place to go when we move to Season 3, because we're moving strictly fully to Java next season, because we're gonna be playing with a mod that they cannot use. So, to compensate, I'm giving them Neo SMP to play on. Do not expect me to log on and make content on this server.
During the live, I noticed that he was in a call with 2 people. I didn't recognize them, so I thought, man, I should try to join them. So I messaged him again to let me join the call, and I got in. During the call, I met 2 people, Lisa and Motion. Now during the call, I was just about to have a general conversation with them, and it turns out Lisa has a Discord dad. God, please save me. I didn't think much of it at the time as I didn't want to be rude, but then Adder joins the call 5 minutes later to check up on Lisa. She's 25 years old. I don't even know why you felt the need you needed to check on her, but okay. So at that point, I was curious about Adder. You see, during the call, I got weirded out by the guy, so I just pretended to get along with him. as I knew something was fishy about him, so I asked him about his Discord kids. And I was expecting, you know, like a calm number, maybe like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it is double digits, not triple, but double digits.
Do you know? He has 82 kids! How the fuck do you mean to tell me you have 82 Discord kids? How is that even possible? And the worst part about it, he tried to recruit me to join his Discord server with all of his Discord kids, and he wanted me to be one of them. Originally I said no, but then I was thinking about it. Didn't Neil say I was weird for hanging around certain people when literally he associates himself with Adder and Lisa? But also the fact that Neil didn't find 82 Discord kids weird, but actually approved it and accepted it.
Adder might be the same fucking person, not even gonna lie. Who, me and you? Yeah. Is the same thing happened to you? A couple times.
You have 82 kids, Neil?
Huh? Adder, please, bro. I'm on my hands and knees begging. Please give me the method. Please. How? Bro, how? Help a brother out. Please give me the method, bro.
So I messaged Adder later today if I can join. See, at the time, Adder told me that his server is calm and no one says anything bad or insensitive, so it shouldn't be too bad, right? So in order to join, I had to do an interview. God, please save me. God, please save me. So of course I BS that shit, cause come on, all the questions were like, what's your favorite anime? But then the last question actually scared me.
The biggest topic, but the last question is, do you have any waifus?
Waifus? What is a waifu like?
A character you sim for.
I don't.
Or a
think...
character you would marry if it was in real life.
I'm a minor. He's 24. Why the fuck is he asking me this? And then after that proceeds to mention a list of his waifus.
I adore Neptune / Purple Heart. I adore what's it called? Kurumi from Data Live. I like Hutawa from Genshin. And yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to research all these waifus and it turns out Neptune from Neptunia is literally 3 years old. And then I realized bro's POP is Neptune and everything about him is Neptune. You guys don't understand what I had to go through to make these videos. After this video drops, don't expect another video until like December. I'm gonna need to recover. I went back on the video and I passed the interview and I was finally able to see what Neo's friends and people who he associates with are like. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, right? Yeah, about that.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take his stuff, then I'm taking off top off, take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside, take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro, pay 5 days stay, take up for the meal, and the follow, take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad, take off the
So like I said, my first impressions of Adder weren't the best, and honestly that got me wondering, if Adder is already this weird on the surface, how does he act below the surface? So before joining his Discord server, I was very nervous as almost everyone there is in their mid-20s while I'm still a minor. So when I joined the server, I started looking around. The first thing I noticed was his announcements. See, Adder does this thing where he has a new favorite child each month, so I thought, okay, that seems a bit odd, but nevertheless, I kept searching. And I'm not even playing, and I wish I was. He has an NSFW chat. Or as Lisa puts it.
Sometimes they get a little freaky.
So there's 3 NSFW chats. The first one I checked out was the Smash or Pass one, which literally is self-explanatory, but one thing I didn't expect to see was a bunch of AI pictures. God, why? Literally when I scrolled through the chat, I found half-naked girls, AI generated ones, and wait, is that fucking Nux Taku? Wasn't that the guy who literally posted pornographic thumbnails? But okay. So I kept scrolling to find Neptune in this chat. Now part of me was thinking, who are these freaks Neo associates with? They literally put a in a Smash or Pass chat, and it wasn't just once but several times. And it wasn't just Adder, it was also some of the people on his server posting literal lollies in the chat. So the second chat I looked in was the Softcore NSFW, where it literally contains a bunch of half-naked anime characters, but hey, at least they're not kids. So the last NSFW chat I checked was the hardcore chat, well, kind of. You see, since my Discord account is not 18, I can't check any in the chat room, so I figured what if I got someone else to sneak inside the server to do a fake interview of Adder, pretend to get along with him, and report back to me what they find. It was porn. A lot of porn. What's wrong with these people? So it turned out the chats were just a bunch of sex videos and there were some light cases of porn. Well, to be fair, what do you expect? Honestly, at this point I started asking myself, why am I doing this? Am I really doing all this to figure out who Neo hangs around with for one single video? Please save me. Okay, so already not a great start, so Adder recruits several Discord kids, has NSFW chat, so it couldn't possibly get worse, right? Oh my god, Adder, why? It also turns out that I found Adder talking about a literal 2D character in a sexual manner acting like she's real. So when he said they do roleplay, I didn't think he meant it like that. It also turns out it's not just Adder that acts weird, but also Lisa. You see, during the no mic chat logs, I found Lisa literally having e-sex with her boyfriend. Now, that got me wondering, Well, first off, why? I don't even want to see all that, as 1, it's super cringy, and 2, it's super cringy. Babe, can I sit in your lap and kiss on your chin? Yay, happy cat purrs, kissy kissy, fuck you, okay? Little Adder would be so wholesome and the bot is like, no, I'm a horny bot. Kiss under your chin, and Dragon, you'll have a kid now. Miko is my daughter. Miko is my daughter. God help me. But also the fact that Lisa's boyfriend was caught watching literal lollipop, but Lisa tried to defend him by saying, maybe it's not the age. Maybe he's into people being tied up. What the fuck? This is not even the first time I saw this incident, as it's implied her boyfriend really loves hentai. But also the fact when somebody asks, is that a child in the Smash or Pass chat, he said it's whatever. Another thing I want to mention was that during one of my VCs with Lisa, I asked her some questions about Adder, like, how's he feeling, how's life, oh, and Neptune's a child. And she ends up defending him by saying, in the anime, she's 200 years old. I'm not even making this up. I mean, I don't want to sound like mean or nothing, but Neptune looks like a child.
Oh no, she's actually older because So let me break it down for you, so then it's easier for you. Neptune is actually like over 500.
But like in the
So
anime,
she's a goddess, so she's lived for hundreds of years. So technically, she is technically eagle age.
One thing I hate about this is every single lollipotter that watches this stuff uses the same excuse that she's older in the anime. I do not give a shit. If she looks like a kid, acts like a kid, speaks like a kid, then it's a kid. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But yet I gotta explain it? And that's not even it. During one of my calls with Adder, I asked about Winter, which said Winter says monkey a lot, but not in a racist way, but like how Vegeta says it. And when I checked the Discord server, I literally found this guy saying the N-word like 20 times, and he's fucking white as hell. And another thing I want to discuss was that Lisa says how she gets head pats from Golden, which I thought, okay, that's kind of weird. How does that even work? Turns out this guy's also weird, like really weird. And that's not it, but pretty much everyone in the server is weird. And one last thing I want to point out is that Adder only says people who fit in the server, in other words, think almost the same. So is it a cult? Yes. Literally they all think the same. They don't care about the CP. They don't care about racism or anything of that regard. So that's why it's so startling. If I wanted to, I could get more information, but it's not worth it for my sanity. So I did from the server and blocked Adder. Now Neil, what the fuck? You mean to tell me that you respected this guy?
Can we just say W Adder, right? This guy went out of his way to be like the best type of person on the internet, to like protect all of these people, right? And take them under his wing and take them under his protection. That's W, bro.
Now I know you're gonna say something like, I didn't know, but to be fair, how did you not find 82 Discord kids weird? And also the fact that I didn't even dig too much into Adder, as I knew he was a creep from the get-go. So Neil, can we even be talking when you associate with Lisa, who actively supports Adder's actions and knows that he's an active lolliconner? If it was me, next time I'll choose my friends more wisely, because it seems like to me you have bad judgment in people, especially if you want to associate with a group of lolliconners. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm glad all of you met the family, but I think it's time we finish this video off. Well, there you have it. Adder is most likely a pedophile or really likes kids. Lisa's defending Adder even though that is definitely a kid. Also, she does Easter eggs. Winter in Adder's server is actively racist. Lisa's boyfriend also watches lolly porn, and Golden is a weirdo. Neil is still a liar and still hold grudges no matter the size. Darknet is getting cucked, Vix is a manipulator, and Elfie is a terrible staff member. And honestly, despite this video's information, I doubt Neil will take it to heart, as to be honest, he didn't care about the last 3 videos, so why would he start caring now? See, during this video's investigation, me, Seek, and Neil played a bunch of games on Discord, and that reminded me, I still care about Neil, as it made me remember all the fun times I had with him in the past compared to how he acts now. So this part of the video is for Neil, as I don't care about anyone else I mentioned in the video, as I've known you the longest, and I know you have the potential to be a better person, so this is the wake up call to you. As you live inside delusion surrounded by people who are constantly supporting the worst in you, and unlike them, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, as everything I'm going to say to you is the truth. I'm going to give you some advice. I recommend you take it. If not, then well, you know you're a bad liar, so I strongly recommend you to listen. Neil, everything that is wrong with you is on you. You have no one left to blame as you kick your friends out. Now you're surrounded by a bunch of enablers. They enable the Neil that everyone hates. But you don't do anything about it because you're blind to the truth, as you don't leave a small friend group as you're afraid of criticism. But hey Neil, let me give you some criticism to bring you back to reality. I hate how you switch up. I hate how you look for others to blame. I hate that you judge others based off who they hang around with rather than their character. And I especially hate your manipulation and suicide tactics. But I don't hate you. Everything I'm saying is important for you to understand, as I'm not painting a bad portrait of you. I'm just painting you as you. But the difference is I'm showing the parts that you hide from not only to your audience, but yourself. I don't lie to my audience. I'm real with them. When are you going to be real and quit being fake? When are you going to realize your actions have lasting consequences and impacts, and how long is it going to take you to learn that? I, unlike everyone else, will wait, not because I'm your friend, but because it's the right thing to do. Now, if your Discord friends were real friends, they will give you legitimate feedback to change. If they were your real friends, they would tell you to go to therapy. If they were your real friends, they would call you out. All I see is a bunch of fakes, as I keep it real. How come I act more real than your own friends? Ever wonder that? When me and C told you to take time off, we didn't mean a day, we meant a month, or maybe even more. Go seek help, you need it. And I'm not gonna help you through this process, as I'm done with you. You'll never see another video, I'll be gone with no one else to stand in your way. Who knows? Maybe eventually you'll see the real you and look in the mirror to realize that you have no one left to help you. Now if your friends are real, they would support you in going to therapy, but hey, that's for them to say. One last thing, delete your SMP. Neo, you are fixated on the SMP that's dying when you need to focus on yourself. As ever since you became an SMP owner, you acted out more and more, and I'm not saying old Neo was better, cause back then you also cheated a lot too. But you need to make a new you, not based on any other person, because let's face it, you have no personality of your own, as you're just a copy of a copy who's just another copy. My DMs are open, you'll hit me up in a couple months to see how you're doing. But if you don't feel like it, either way, it doesn't matter. Live your life, but I'm being honest of how I'm looking at it. If you want to prove me wrong, then instead of dropping another half-assed video, try to seek help. And to everyone else, I don't have much to say, either you freak me out, and I strongly recommend you to stay away from me. Lisa, good luck in life, you're gonna need it. Biggs, I never really liked you as you're a manipulator and a bad liar, however I hope the best for you. Dark Knight, good luck in life, also sorry I had to bring your relationship up. Sorry not sorry. And lastly, Alfie, good luck, I heard about your real life situation, I wish you the best. But I think it's time to have one last meal with the family. Hello, welcome, oh thanks for stopping by. Now I know I called you all a bit too late, but I just wanted to enjoy one last Thanksgiving together as a family. But before we enjoy our food, there's a couple of things I would like to say. I just want to say thank you for all of you guys. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting. Thank you all once more, and that's it. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and remember, be thankful you probably won't have to meet these people. Happy Thanksgiving, Neil. I know you're gonna need it. Play the end credits!
Him, Aiden plays, and I don't know who else. I think Dino. I joined a VC, and it's just N-word spam.
Oh,
These are the people that Seek hangs out with and VCs with every day. And Seek's black. Oh yeah, then it creates the problem that but Neo, you're friends with Galaxy the Egg, and it's just like, no, I'm not, bro. I have not talked to the guy in like 2 years. See, this is Galaxy the Egg, an infamous player on my radar.
Because we simply just do not like you? Maybe that's why? I don't fucking know.
Hypothetically, if I were to like, like go up to Moth and just say this specific phrase,
You crying?
would he get mad and start calling me a bunch of racial slurs?
What the fuck? This shit's still going on? Well, while we're here, might as well thank some of the friends who were there when I was a lot more smaller. It's Thanksgiving soon, so might as well be thankful. I would first like to shout out, of course, AOSeek, as without him my channel wouldn't be doing any of these crazy edits and transitions. I just want to thank you once more for teaching me how to edit, and without you, this channel wouldn't be at this level it's currently at. Another person I want to thank is Aiden Plays. Well, first, thank you for getting me a Neo SMP, but also thank you for supporting me. I would also like to thank Voider, as without him, I wouldn't even be able to get replay shots on Java, let alone run it, so thank you so much, bro, much appreciated. I would also like to thank Penguin, Mini Tower, Business Pug, and anyone else I missed, as you guys were there with me before my channel even started hitting crazy numbers, so thank you. Thank you for being my friends.
Bitch, you ain't had to block me.
Stink, unblock me, Stink.
Bitch, I can't stand you. When I see you, I'ma punch you in your fucking face.
I ain't mean that shit, Stink, I'm sorry.
You're so fucking ungrateful.
Stink, I ain't mean that shit, Stink. You know I ain't mean that shit. I love you to death. Stink, you got to call me, Stink. I'm fucking losing my fucking mind. Call me back, unblock me, Stink.